What if I told you that the basil you keep buying from the store every single week is actually begging you to stop? Right now, sitting in your kitchen, there is a small green secret that most gardeners throw straight into the trash without ever knowing it could have given them fresh basil for the rest of the year. And July, the month everyone assumes is too late for planting anything, is actually hiding one of the best sowing windows of the entire growing season. Stick around because by the end of this video you will never look at a grocery store basil bunch the same way again. Hey there, welcome back if you have been growing with us for a while, and a big warm hello if this is your first time landing on earthly gardening. This channel is built for people who want a thriving garden without draining their wallet, and today's video might just be one of the most money-saving tips we have shared all year. So grab a seat, maybe a cup of tea, and let's get into it. Before we dive in, if you enjoy practical garden tips that actually save you money instead of costing you more, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. It genuinely helps this channel grow and keeps these tips coming your way for free. The real reason store basil dies so fast. Here is something most people never think about. That basil bunch you buy has already been cut from its roots for days before it even reaches the shelf. By the time it lands in your cart, it has been sitting in a truck, then a warehouse, then a display fridge, slowly losing moisture the entire way. It is basically living on borrowed time before you even bring it home. That is why it wilts so quickly no matter how carefully you store it, wrap it, or trim the stems. Meanwhile, a plant growing in your own pot or garden bed keeps producing new leaves for weeks, sometimes months, because it is still alive and rooted, still pulling nutrients from soil instead of slowly drying out on a shelf. Once you understand this, you start to see why constantly buying cut basil is like buying ice and expecting it not to melt. You are not just paying for herbs, you are paying for something that was already dying the moment it was harvested. Think about how often this cycle repeats. A bunch costs a few dollars, lasts maybe 3 or 4 days if you are lucky, and then you are back at the store buying another one. Over a single season, that adds up to a surprising amount of money spent on something that could have cost you almost nothing if you simply grew it yourself. The simple trick most gardeners overlook. Here is the part that changes everything. Instead of sowing basil the usual way and waiting weeks for a small handful of leaves, try what is called succession sowing in shallow trays. Rather than planting once and hoping for the best, you plant small batches every 10 to 14 days. This way, as one batch matures and starts slowing down, another is already coming up behind it. It sounds almost too simple, but this rotation is exactly what keeps professional herb growers in constant supply all season, and there is no reason your kitchen windowsill or backyard bed cannot do the same thing on a smaller scale. Grab any shallow container you already own. It does not need to be fancy or bought specifically for this. An old takeout container, a cut-down milk jug, even a cracked plant pot works perfectly, since this is about growing smart, not spending more. Poke a few small holes in the bottom if there are none already, just enough to let excess water drain away. Fill it with a light seed starting mix, scatter your basil seeds evenly across the top, and cover them with only a thin layer of soil, since basil seeds need a bit of light to germinate properly. Keep the soil moist but never soaked, and place the container somewhere it gets several hours of sunlight daily. Within 5 to 7 days in July's warmth, you will already start seeing tiny sprouts pushing through, far faster than most people expect. A lot of people assume spring is the golden season for everything, but basil actually prefers heat. Cooler spring soil can slow germination down to almost 2 weeks, while the warmth of July can cut that time nearly in half. The longer daylight hours also mean your basil photosynthesizes more each day, growing thicker leaves and a stronger aroma than the pale, thin leaves you often find in grocery stores. So this is not a compromise or a backup plan. July sowing genuinely produces better basil than many people get from spring planting, and once your first tray is going, starting the next one becomes almost second nature. If this is already changing the way you think about your kitchen herbs, let me know in the comments where you are growing yours from, whether it is a windowsill, a balcony, or a full backyard bed. And if you have not already, tap that like button. It tells the channel this content is worth sharing with more gardeners just like you. Turning one batch into an endless supply. Now here is where most people stop too early and miss the real advantage. Once your first batch is a few inches tall, do not wait until it flowers to harvest. Pinch off the top 2 leaves from each stem regularly. This single habit forces the plant to branch out sideways instead of shooting straight up and going to seed. A basil plant that is pinched consistently can produce nearly triple the leaves of one left to grow untouched. This is the exact secret that keeps restaurant herb gardens looking full and lush all season, and it costs absolutely nothing extra to do, just a few seconds of attention every couple of days. Pair this pinching habit with your succession sowing, and you essentially create a self-renewing basil supply chain right in your own home. While one tray is being harvested regularly, another is sprouting, and a third is being started. By the time your first tray starts to slow down in early autumn, you already have fresh basil ready to take over, meaning you genuinely never need to buy another wilted bunch from the store again. Some gardeners even keep a small rotation going through a sunny indoor window once outdoor temperatures start to drop, stretching this free supply even further into the year. A mistake that quietly kills basil. One thing that catches so many gardeners off guard is overwatering. Basil actually prefers slightly drier soil than many people expect, and it hates having its roots constantly sitting in soggy conditions. When the leaves start turning yellow or looking droopy, most gardeners instinctively reach for the watering can, assuming the plant is thirsty. But in many cases, the exact opposite is true. The roots are sitting in waterlogged soil, struggling to get enough oxygen, which can quickly lead to root rot and a weak, unhealthy plant. A simple trick is to stick your finger about an inch into the soil before watering. If it still feels cool and moist, hold off for another day and check again later. Letting the top layer dry slightly between waterings encourages stronger root growth and helps prevent common watering mistakes. This tiny habit takes only a few seconds, but it can be the difference between a lush, productive basil plant and one that slowly declines for no obvious reason. Why this saves more than just money? Beyond the obvious savings of never buying store-bought basil again, there is something much deeper happening here. When you grow your own herbs, you're taking complete control over the quality of what ends up on your plate. You know exactly what goes into the soil, what fertilizers are used, and whether any pesticides ever touched the leaves. There's no guessing where it came from or how long it sat in storage before reaching the grocery shelf. You're harvesting basil at its absolute peak, when its essential oils are strongest and its flavor is at its brightest. That freshness makes a remarkable difference in the kitchen. Basil picked just minutes before cooking has a richer aroma, a sweeter taste, and a more vibrant color than leaves that have spent days traveling and sitting in refrigerated displays. Whether you're making fresh pesto, stirring it into a homemade pasta sauce, or layering it onto a simple caprese salad, the flavor is noticeably more intense. After cooking with truly fresh basil, many people find that store-bought versions seem dull, wilted, and lacking the same bold character. There are practical benefits beyond taste as well. Growing your own basil means less plastic packaging, fewer trips to the grocery store, and less food waste because you harvest only what you need instead of buying an entire bunch that may spoil in the refrigerator. And perhaps best of all, there's a quiet sense of satisfaction every time you step outside or walk to your windowsill, snip a handful of fragrant leaves, and know that your meal was made better by something you grew yourself. It's a small daily reward that makes gardening feel worthwhile long after the money you've saved. Expanding beyond just basil. While this trick works beautifully for basil, the same succession sowing method also works with many other fast-growing herbs. Cilantro, dill, parsley, and even leafy greens like loose-leaf lettuce can all benefit from being planted in small batches every couple of weeks instead of all at once. That simple habit means you'll always have fresh young plants coming along just as the older ones begin to slow down or bolt. Many of these plants also appreciate a little protection from the hottest part of the day. In the middle of summer, giving them light afternoon shade can help keep the soil cooler, reduce stress, and extend your harvest before they go to seed. Once you get into the rhythm of sowing, harvesting, and sowing again, your entire approach to growing kitchen herbs changes. Instead of making frequent trips to the grocery store for small bundles of herbs, you'll have a steady supply growing right on your windowsill, providing fresh flavor, saving money, and turning that small space into a reliable source of homegrown food. So there you have it, the secret sowing window that turns a simple habit into fresh basil for months without spending another dollar at the store. If you found this helpful, do not forget to subscribe for more practical garden tips designed to save you money while growing a garden you can actually be proud of. Drop a comment letting me know if you are trying this out this week, and give this video a like if it added even a little value to your day. Until next time, happy growing, and I will see you in the next one.